Scotland's come up with some great little hate speech laws. Hamza useless. You'll love that. Anybody who criticises him, Islam, or anybody who criticises the government's latest laws to turn kids into degenerates or to back whatever shit policy, which would be the worst thing for Scotland. And anybody who will criticise that, this is anybody who may infect the herd, will be removed from the herd and put in quarantine, in this case prison. So any of the comedians which take the piss out of, say for instance, transgender, or take the piss out of the woke, the left, take the piss out of open borders policies or mass migration, or take the piss out of, say for instance, demographic replacement or anything like that, they will find these people and they will prosecute them under these new laws and they'll sentence them to prison. Basically remove them away so they can't contaminate the sheep who just follow the system blindly. Because God forbid that lot ever wake up, they'd be in a world of pain that they'd never be able to control. But it isn't just that, they're not just going after people in Scotland, no, they want to come after people from further afield. So yours truly here, say for instance if I told Hamza useless, he was a useless cunt, and that he serves Islam more than he serves Scotland, and I think the bloke's a traitor to his country, he could come after me. So Hamza, if this upsets you, fuck you. You ain't going to stop people like us talking. You lock us up, more will come in our place. If you actually think that what you're doing is going to quell the rebellion that's coming your way, stop people from talking, you've gone about the opposite way. But this is part of the thing. This is acceleration. What will happen is they'll up their ante and come out with much more draconian laws, which will make people out there in the free world, which isn't actually free, but people out there in the world come up with new and intuitive and well thought out ways to get back at the system. Both sides will raise the stakes until a critical mass, and that's when you'll end up with civil unrest, and God only knows. But this will be of your own doing. Now this harks back to this thing that people did. They did an experiment for years trying to work out how they could control the situation, how they could control the narrative forever. And it worked out that eventually, no matter what they did, things would come to a critical mass and they'd lose control. And here we are. They're still trying. They're still trying to do their best to make sure that anybody who's a dissenter, anybody who criticises the system, anybody who talks common sense, anybody who's warning everybody else of just exactly what's coming, they'll come for you. I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning, midnight, whatever. Just like communist fucking Russia used to be, communist China, wherever. They'll come for you. They'll arrest you under some Trump made up bullshit, right? And they'll lock you up and put you in prison. So the future for people like myself and many others will be political prisoners. But if you think we'll ever make it out of prison, I very much doubt that. Because, I mean, look at, say, for instance, they'll see us as almost like terrorists, right? Now, they had, in the old days, over in Ireland, they had internment, which I think they'll bring in over here at some point, for anybody who's going against the system and they see as a threat. Because, don't forget, they hold the power, we don't. But much like internment, they took people off the streets. A lot of the time, without proper evidence, a lot of the time, these people were falsely accused by others, right? And they locked them up for periods of time. Could be months. In some cases, was years, all right? All this was under the guise of protecting the public, by the way. Protecting the public from these people within the community which wanted to do them harm. This is the people within the community. Some of them were fucking active terrorists, right? No ifs or buts. But some of them hadn't done actually anything wrong. But all the same, off you go. And we're going to end up with that over here. What do you think these super prisons are that are waiting, just waiting to be opened? With a crematorium, which is interesting. I haven't known too many prisons in the past that had crematoria, but, well, you can figure that one out for yourself. But the fact of the matter is this. Ireland is coming out with these same hate speech laws, okay? Now, Ireland will have the full backing of the EU on this one, okay? But, I mean, Scotland, well, under Sturgeon, they wanted to be part of the EU. Whether this useless has the same ideas, I don't know. But it seems strange that what they're trying to do is break up Great Britain, and they probably will. I mean, the latest incarnation of that in Wales, God only knows what that one's going to do. But we are, at the moment, truly fucked, okay? And the more and more they take away our speech, and the more and more there isn't a political party out there to do anything to actually sort this shit out, okay? And there isn't any. Labour, useless, right? Communist cunts, right? Conservative, well, they're not conservative anymore. Green Party, what do they call them things? Watermelons, green on the outside, red on the inside, communist. Liberal are useless, weak, degenerate, bought and paid for fucks. Now, Heritage Party. Good old David. He won't be allowed to get very far if, because he's not part of the system. It's that simple. What else we got? Reform? Nah, can't see it myself. What was the other one? UKIP, they're all bought and paid for. I've been inside there temporarily for a very short space of time, only long enough to know that the NEC are completely against. They are opposition. Anything that Farage has anything to do with is pays opposition. Prove me wrong. Alright? Richard Tice. Now apparently he's just trying to please everybody, that's why he's not doing very well. Nah, bollocks. That one's paid opposition. Otherwise he wouldn't have pushed the thing so hard, would he? You know the thing. And he wouldn't be going over virtue signaling about Ukraine. So there it is. But unlike others, I won't get that phone call. You know damn well I won't. Because I'll criticise Israel as well as I'll criticise Islam. And that, my friend, means that I'll never be picked for any of these paid opposition parties because they're funded by the opposition. There you go. So, at the moment, the future is not bright, especially for people like myself and other YouTubers, comedians, and whoever else stands out there and criticises the latest insanity, the latest treachery, the latest patting Islam on the back as it takes over Europe, which is exactly what it's doing, by the way, and it's being paid for and facilitated by other people that don't incidentally like us very much. So there it is. And as you can see, YouTube for me and a few others at the moment is just taking a massive whack, and our figures have gone down dramatically. So there's been a change in the algorithm. It is what it is. This happens from time to time, and then they let the brakes off and we have a massive surge, and then they put the brakes back on, which is probably what's happening now. I've been doing this long enough to know that's normal for them, and I've just kind of accepted it for what it is. Anyway, we will carry on. And I shall carry on insulting and upsetting those that I consider to be against the good folk of this country, Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, and further afield. And if they don't like it, they can fuck themselves. And if it hurts their feelings, fucking man up, you pussy. Grow up. But there again, some of the ideologies and some of the political affiliations that these cunts have, they can go out and create holy fucking misery everywhere else and nobody's allowed to say a damn thing. And if we say anything, we're pussies. But if they do anything, they scream and shout. Or if we do anything to them, I should say. So here I am, continually poking you, telling you that you're a bunch of fucking wrong-uns, and I will always criticise you. So let's wait for the knock at the door, shall we? Anyway, there it is.
If you like the content I'm making and you want to support my work, here's a few links in the description, but only if you can afford it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.